The year is 2020. The place, America. The scene, a nation on edge, watching as their screens flash with the news, Biden wins. For Donald J. Trump, it was a bitter pill to swallow. A rejection, or so it seemed, but for his fervent supporters it was a call to arms. A movement was born, one fueled by the belief that their champion, their voice had been silenced. This wasn't the end, it was the beginning. The weeks that followed were a blur of anger and disbelief. Rallies morphed into marches, slogans into chants. The media, eager to dismiss Trump as yesterday's news, underestimated the depth of his appeal. He had tapped into something primal, something that transcended policy and ideology, raw, unfiltered emotion. This wasn't about politics anymore, it was personal. The year is 2023. The murmurs began as whispers, then grew into a roar. He's back. Donald Trump, after a period of calculated silence, re-emerged onto the political stage. Gone was the defeated candidate of 2020. In his place stood a man on a mission, his eyes burning with an almost messianic zeal. He spoke of unfinished business, of a nation betrayed, of a future to be reclaimed. The announcement sent shockwaves through the country. The political establishment, caught off guard, scrambled to respond. The media, once eager to write his obituary, found themselves covering his every move with a mix of fascination and dread. But for his supporters, it was a moment of vindication, of hope rekindled. Their leader was back, and this time he wasn't going to play by the rules. The 2024 election was more than just a contest between two candidates. It was a clash of ideologies, of personalities, of visions for America's future. In one corner stood Joe Biden, the incumbent, weighed down by the burdens of age and a faltering economy. In the other, Donald Trump, the challenger, a force of nature unleashed, his every word a lightning rod for controversy. The debates were brutal, less about policy than personal attacks. Trump, a master showman, painted Biden as a doddering fool, out of touch with the concerns of everyday Americans. Biden, in turn, portrayed Trump as a threat to democracy, a demagogue who would stop at nothing to regain power. The country watched transfixed as the two men slugged it out on the national stage. Section 4. A Nation Divided. The Trump Effect. America in 2024 was a nation divided. Trump's candidacy had ripped open old wounds, exposing the raw fault lines of race, class and ideology. On one side were his supporters, a diverse coalition united by their belief in his message of economic populism and cultural conservatism. On the other, his detractors, who saw him as a dangerous authoritarian, a threat to the very fabric of American democracy. Families were torn apart, friendships shattered. Social media became a battleground, awash in misinformation and hate speech. The political centre, once a place of compromise and consensus, had all but vanished. America was a tinderbox and Trump was the match. Section 5, Election Night, a nail-biting showdown. Election Night 2024 was not for the faint of heart. As the results trickled in, it became clear that the race was going to be closer than anyone had anticipated. Key battleground states like Pennsylvania and Michigan hung in the balance, their electoral maps a patchwork of red and blue. Cable news channels, fueled by caffeine and adrenaline, provided a running commentary, their anchors speaking in hushed, dramatic tones. Social media exploded with every update, a cacophony of celebration, despair, and everything in between. The nation held its breath, waiting for the final verdict. Section 6. The dawn of a new era. Trump returns to power. As dawn broke on November 6, 2024, the impossible had happened. Against all odds, Donald J. Trump had defied the pollsters, the pundits, and the political establishment to win a second term as President of the United States. The news sent shockwaves across the globe, a testament to the enduring power of his brand of populist nationalism. In his victory speech, a triumphant Trump addressed the nation, his voice hoarse but resolute. He spoke of unity, of healing the divisions that had plagued the country for far too long. He promised a new era of American greatness, one built on strength prosperity, and a return to traditional values. Whether he could deliver on those promises remained to be seen. But one thing was certain: America would never be the